everyone, it's Heather. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first visit, you can go over and click on my videos and you can watch my welcome video along with my video that I had done on my first initial consultation with the Weight Loss Center and hear all about that, everything that I had done and what I had to go through to become a candidate for weight loss surgery and to join the weight loss program at my local doctor's office. Real quick for stats, I am 5'5". When I went to my first initial consultation, I was 249.5 pounds. I was weighed on Tuesday at my primary care physician and I was 248.5 pounds. So I lost 1 whole pound. This is my second week. I had gone for my consultation last Monday and I had actually scheduled my appointment to meet with the surgeon. During my program, the one that I chose, I did not get to meet with the surgeon at my initial consultation. I had to schedule a separate appointment. The initial consultation was basically just for the consultation, just to see if you were a candidate for the program to begin with. So I was a candidate, so we scheduled the consultation, my first meeting with my doctor. I live in Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, and I have chosen to have my surgery done by Dr. Claros, who is at St. Luke's Hospital. So this was my first meeting with Dr. Claros. He was very, very nice, very, very, helpful. Made me think. Honestly, if you're going through this or you're thinking of going through this, before you meet with the physician, please make sure that you write down any questions, because I had not done that, and when I got in there, I kind of was blank. I had no questions for him whatsoever. Now, after the fact, I've come up with a few questions that I really would like answered, and I can call there. I will get the answers to my questions. But it's just, he was right there in front of me, and he asked me, are you sure you don't have any questions? And he honestly told me the same thing. Make sure you write down all of your questions so that you have your list ready when you come in, because that's the only way that you're going to remember everything. Oh, geez. I'm driving home right now, and we hit a bunch of traffic. Figures. Anyway, so, I had went in for my appointment with Dr. Claros. I got my vital signs done, got my weight done. It was literally just sitting in his office. It wasn't in an exam room. It was sitting in his office. He asked me a few questions. The very first question that he asked me was, which surgery did I have in mind? They do 3 surgeries at this particular practice. There are 2 physicians at the practice. It doesn't really matter from what I was told which physician you choose, because even though you choose, even though I chose Dr. Claros, I can't remember his name, and I could probably really butcher this, Elchar, I don't know, will be in the operating room with him at the same time anyway. So they basically do surgery together, so it really doesn't matter which surgeon you choose, because they're both going to be there for your surgery. So I chose Dr. Claros. The very first appointment that he had, the very first question he had asked me was which surgery. The 3 surgeries that they do at this particular practice is, one being the band, the vertical gastric sleeve, and the Roux-en-Y, which is basically the gastric bypass surgery. So I told him that I was interested in the sleeve. This whole time I was set that I wanted the sleeve. I didn't want anything to do with the band. I didn't want anything to do with the Roux-en-Y. I had my mind made up. I was doing the sleeve. So when I met with him, he kind of made me think. And so now I'm a little baffled, and I have to do my research, and I have to actually rethink this. So I told him right off the bat that there was no way I didn't want to do the band. Like, I still am adamant that I do not want to do the band. I have no interest in having a foreign body in my body for the rest of my life. I have no interest in having to go and have these saline injections to tighten the band every so often. I just don't want to deal with any of that. So the band is out of the question. He told me that he was glad that I said that the band was out of the question, because in his honest opinion, the band doesn't really work real well on people. So I think they're kind of shying away from using the band because they found out that it doesn't work. So I told him that I wanted to do the sleeve, and of course he asked me why. So I told him that I was afraid of the Rowan Y because everything being rerouted, because when they do the Rowan Y, they actually reroute part of the way that the food goes into your stomach and the way that it leaves your stomach. So your body does get rerouted. With the sleeve, everything just stays the same. It's just they're taking away 3/4 of your stomach and they're removing it, and that's it. Everything stays the same. His only piece of advice to me was to go home and do a pros and cons for each of the surgeries, and then figure out exactly what I wanted to do from there. The reasons why he made me rethink it is because he said that you lose more weight faster when you get the Rowan Y. Both surgeries are literally just a tool, but you need to work at both of them. However, you need to work harder with the sleeve, I guess. He said that he's had patients who have had the sleeve who have lost 90% of their weight. He's had patients that have had the Rowan Y who have only lost 50% of their weight. So it really is what you put into it. The only other thing that he told me was that the Rowan Y is reversible, where if something should happen down the line, you would be able to reverse it. They could go back in and reverse it and put everything back the way that it was supposed to be. However, with the sleeve, they remove that part of your stomach that they're basically stapling off, and once it's gone, it's gone. There's no way for you to get it back. The other thing that he made me think about with the sleeve was he asked if I had heartburn, if I had any digestional or heartburn issues. I do sometimes have heartburn. Sometimes it depends on what I eat and how close to bed I eat. And then sometimes I will wake up literally in the middle of the night, gasping for air, and it would be so painful that it would wake me up. He told me that after the sleeve, a lot of patients who have had heartburn issues before surgery really have a lot of heartburn issues after surgery. They do medicate, and they can give you medication, but just remember that you're going to be on that medication possibly for the rest of your life. He said that usually the heartburn symptoms will go away after 3 months, but sometimes it never goes away. And sometimes even the medication doesn't really do it justice. So that could be a little bit of an issue. So I'm still sitting down. I'm trying to talk it through with my husband to try and see which surgery would be best for me. I'm kind of still up in the air. I am still highly leaning towards the sleeve. There's two reasons of why I am looking at the Rowan Y. One is it being reversible. The other is you have a higher percentage of weight loss. But honestly, I don't ever expect to be a size 0 or a size 1 or a size 2. I would be happy if I could get into a 9 or a 10. I think that would be spectacular, considering right now I'm wearing 20s. So I still am highly leaning towards the sleeve. The one, like, one main reason why I'm not looking, I don't want to delve further into the Rowan Y is because of the dumping syndrome. I know that you can get the dumping syndrome with the sleeve if you eat too much or you eat too fast. However, the dumping syndrome with the Rowan Y, from what I understand, comes from eating the wrong kind of food, like eating fatty foods or fried foods. And maybe I'm going about this the wrong way, but I don't have a problem eating healthy foods. I don't have a problem eating the way that I'm supposed to. My thinking is, so say I go on vacation. When we go on vacation, we go to the beach, we go to the Jersey Shore, we cook every night ourselves, except for one night. One night that week, we decide that we want to go out to dinner. Me and my husband, or me and my family, we don't really go out to dinner very often. We cook dinner every night at home. We sit down as a family. My husband and myself did not have that as children, so we make sure to instill that into our children. We literally sit at the dinner table every night as a family for dinner. I was just thinking, like, if we go out to dinner that one night while I'm on vacation, I want to have a French fry if I want to have French fries. You know what I mean? Like, all I keep thinking is, like, I want that fried shrimp. Because, I want to douse my food in butter and eat it. So, and maybe I'm thinking about it the wrong way, and I want to lose the weight, but I want to be able to enjoy some things that I, still enjoy things that I enjoyed before in very, very, simple moderation. So maybe I'm thinking about it. And the other thing is I hear that with the Rowan Y, you get very, the food literally goes through you, and you have a lot of diarrhea issues, and sometimes you have to literally stop what you're doing and run to the bathroom. Yeah, I'm not crazy about that idea either. I can't picture myself being at work and having to quick run to the bathroom and stop in the middle of what I'm doing so I don't poop myself. So, dude, so the sleeve is looking better and better to me all the time. I will definitely let you guys know when I absolutely make my decision. I am doing very well. I start my Chantix on Friday, tomorrow. I will start Chantix tomorrow to quit smoking, and by next Friday in a week, I should be a non-smoker. So there's that. Other than that, everything's going along smoothly, and I will come back at you with my next update whenever that shall be, probably after my cardiac clearance next week. I have my cardiac clearance appointment next Friday, so I will update you after that appointment. But thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe. Please leave me any comments. Let me know what your thoughts are. All right, thanks. Bye.